Hi there, everyone. Excuse me. Those are like the first few words I've said of the morning, and I have not done my vocal warm-ups yet. However, I wanted to chat at you about money. For those of you who are stumbled upon this video and you're a young actor and you do not have the financial support from a family member or a generous benefactor, I would like to let you in on a really hard fact. You need money to do this business. And the reason that you need money to do this business is because you are a small business owner and you need to treat your acting career as such. Many of you will go out on your first audition and land a role and have that money coming in, and that will lead to other experiences. I wonder if it sounds like a dragon rolling by when I roll over those speed bumpities, because they're not speed bumps, they're bumpities. Anyway, you're gonna need money to get headshots, and you need to get good headshots. So just to clue you in on my experience, because I'm playing in my 40s now, and things are really starting to come together for me. And I have to be honest, I completely expected these things to come together for me a lot faster than they did. I expected them to come together for me in my 20s. But the reason they didn't come together for me in my 20s is because I didn't have the money to put together the right assets. But I continued to think that I didn't need the money. So I would work 2 or 3 or 5 bartending shifts or whatever just to, pay my bills. When you're paying $650 in rent and student loans and buying food and needing clothes and needing gas in a piece of crap car, things can get very difficult. I can't even tell you how many times I drove a jalopy to an audition only to fear getting home. Or not being able to get home. I have to sleep in my car and call family members to have them wire me money. I mean, ridiculous, right? And my pride level was really high, even though I didn't have anything to be that proud about. Because truly, I didn't have anything to be proud about. I needed the help. Anyway, so in those days, I bought $100 headshots because that was what I could afford. But also, and here's the key to what I'm saying, $100 headshots was the perfect tool at that time, potentially, because I wouldn't need to be spending $350 on a headshot session where I didn't understand my brand or what I was peddling. I saw myself, I played roles in high school and college that were way older than I was and way above my maturity level. And, actually that's not entirely true. I've always been very mature. I got less mature as I aged, actually. But I'm finally now at an age where I would be playing those roles like Medea. And she probably was young, but she was very strong. And I was a very strong kid, but I'm stronger now in a much more delicious way because I've experienced a lot of tragedy and pain and amazing, beautiful experiences like having children. And now I'm a deeper person with deeper emotional reservoirs. So now I have the money and I will opt in to those expensive headshot sessions because when I go in there, I have the confidence for the years of working and life experience so that when I go in there, I am going to deliver my end of the bargain. And those $350 I'm spending are the photographer's end of the bargain. It means that they're going to do the job I'm anticipating them to do, but I got to bring it. Also, I have a car I feel safe in, and that I think that if I land an audition, I'm not concerned about gas money anymore. those days are over. So if I need to travel 3 hours to get to a casting, no problem, right? There's no fear in that. I get there, I take my time, I have some coffee on my way, I enjoy myself a little time alone in the car to listen to music I love, or call family members and talk to people who I haven't talked to for a while. And that is a completely different experience going into a casting than desperation. And listen, desperation is not, this is a common theme. Of course you're desperate, especially when you're young and you don't have any financial support, because this job could mean getting paid and potentially landing other jobs. It's just so important that you land that job. And because of that, you're so desperate, and they can smell that on you for miles. And I was such a desperate kid in my 20s and 30s. Desperation probably exuded from my skin. They could smell it. And because of that, I really could not focus on the task at hand because I was so desperate. So there's so many keys to that puzzle, or so many components in that puzzle that would cause your audition to flop. So, money. If you graduate from an acting program, or you graduate from high school and you're going straight on for an acting career, what I recommend you do is spend a year or two. And here's the thing about time. I was so desperate because I thought I needed to be young in order to be an actor. I thought I needed to be continuously cast in something and working as an actor only. By the time I was, within 3 years of graduating from college, that was what I thought I needed to do. So I was desperate with my mindset. My mindset was desperate. I had no time. I had to do this now. And therefore, I did not plan properly. I did not have a business plan. I did not have an idea of things I needed to do. So I got headshots. I got them desperately. I sent them to anybody and everybody. All the agents needed to see my work right now. I actually landed an interview with a casting director who told me I wasn't ready. They didn't tell me what I needed to do or anything like that, and I did bomb that audition, but it was oddly in this little weird room, and I definitely wasn't ready because I was expecting a stage, right? So experience also helps with that. But now I know you could be auditioning anywhere, and you kind of need to own this space. So my advice to you would be, spend a year or two, if you don't have any financial support and you don't have any money in the bank, putting money in the bank and putting together your assets. That's going to include your headshots, your CV/resume, your cover letter, which you should be working with a branding coach on. You should be working with a branding coach on all of this stuff, and that takes money. And just socking away your money. So yes, live broke now. Live broke while you can. And I mean, eat canned foods as healthily as you can. And by canned foods, I mean vegetables. Or frozen foods, which are more expensive. Anyway, this is not the point of my conversation with you. Spend a year or two, even 5, putting together a professional plan, because you're putting together a business. Now, if you can audition throughout that time, do it. Just make sure that your headshot looks like you, because if you go into an audition and you fit the role, great, but don't put so much pressure on yourself. Speaking from somebody who has always put pressure on herself. And the good news is that now I'm currently in the right spot for all of this stuff. So go make that money so that you can put together your business plan. And take take it from an actress, who knows? I hope you're well. And go get that money.